if I'm a content creator, right? Because now we talk about NFTs and only people think as is about apes and, like very famous artists creating something with a superstar. So it, fetches these ridiculous prices. And it makes me feel like if I'm a creator, it's like, okay, I don't know a star, right? I don't know anyone that I can attach my name to. I don't have a name like an artist that is recognized. So, or I'm a writer. How the average content creator is going to benefit from it without having to have these special things with them?
Yeah. What's great is that we are still in the kind of cultural discovery phase. Who cares about price discovery? We're thinking about utility discovery, and that's exciting. And you're kind of talking about the creator economy, which naturally relates to NFTs. And we don't know what NFTs are going to be, right? Whether you're an artist doing creating music or digital art or any other type of art, we don't know what other things people will be attracted to purchase, right? So we don't know exactly what this will look like in the end to make money. It could be our digital identity that we monetize if we want, again, and we make some money off of through advertising, whatever. Again, still very early days. But I also think NFTs are so much more than just art, right? I think they'll play a huge role in real world assets and services in general. So imagine one day you buy a home as an NFT, right? Not needing an escrow account due to being able to look at verifiable data on chain. We'll be able to save realtor costs due to on-chain data and smart contracts. We'll be able to buy furniture online and use NFTs to prove our purchases with the info stored online and adding to our digital identity, which probably will be a way to have a proof of proof of credit of some sort. Who knows what that will look like down the line. And we'll be able to purchase landscaping services for a one-time or multi-time use NFT, among many other things. And that's just one vertical that I think will manifest. So just because you're not a super artistic person, because you don't make music, it doesn't matter. Whatever your specialty is, I think in some way the NFT technology will allow you to be able to transition whatever your creative identity is or whatever your productive identity is and trade that and have it all be secure without intermediaries kind of taking the economics through value extraction, which I think is a huge portion of what this is all about as well.
For the people that are artists in this space, though, like the ones that are looking to make a profile picture project, or the ones that want to do music, NFTs, at the end of the day, what I've seen over and over again as like the key to success in the NFT market is community. Community is like the number one most important winning ticket to success in this space, but authentic community, not like, bots for whitelists, where people are just saying to the moon. Like it really has to be authentic, and also having like a real roadmap for your project. So not just doing the art, but thinking 4 steps past that. What's to come next? What's the utility of the NFT? What are the values that you stand for? And that you stick to that over time, and you're not changing it every day. And I think ultimately, if people can tell it's authentic, and you're not just there for a quick money grab, and you can build a solid community, those are the real keys to success.
Yeah, maybe if I can just add one thing that I personally find exciting for this creator economy as well is today we have this. Let's say these many creator audience relationships, right? So you're a creator, you live in Manila, and you have a global audience of 200,000 followers on Instagram. And let's say you figured out how to monetize. Let's say you're one of the few ones that get some ad money and all of that. Great. But Instagram can deplatform you tomorrow. You're out. Your revenue stream is completely gone. And now, and this is the really exciting part about Web3 as well, if you're able to own that relationship with your audience, then no one can take it away from you. You can directly monetize it. And let's say NFTs, if you can, let's say you follow someone and you have different levels of followers, you can be a super fan, or you can just be someone who wants to be informed. An NFT could represent that. An NFT can represent what you want to learn about your idol or about this, from your fan from your, the person you're following. So I think there is so many use cases out there and so much potential to really turn it into a better interaction between creators and their global audience.
And real quick, going beyond, and I totally agree with that, right? And then going beyond even NFTs, look at what's happening in DAOs. I think we're at a point where we're reevaluating how participation is valued in society and potentially monetized. So you're saying, oh, the original question was, how do people with less income or less assets participate and get involved and actually make something to where they can leverage that, like wealthy people can with assets? We're doing that in real time with participation, that we're getting rewarded for participating in many different ways, not just putting assets down and making money off of those assets in this kind of aristocratic or even plutocratic paradigm that we've seen really for the past few millennia. And so that's really exciting too. We're like uprooting and revolting against a few millennia of infrastructure. So it's exciting.
Yeah, but the one thing about where we are or where we got with Web 2 that is, I guess that led us to this point where creators or people with a global audience struggle to monetize is because we reached global scale without the financial infrastructure in the first place. And this is the difference with Web 3. We're starting off with this big DeFi topic, and that touches everything, right? It touches the real foundation to build any economic model. And it includes the regulators, it includes the taxman, it includes everybody who has an interest in your financial assets. And I think if we started off on that foundation, it can go anywhere, but the other way around, what we had with Web 2, global reach, but no interoperability between local financial worlds, that fragmentation led to very, very limited use cases.